what do you think about that? Like them having control of your privacy, really, and the fact that they could look at everything.
Honestly, I'm not
ads exactly where you want, exactly what you want.
I'm not a fan of Facebook. Honestly, I understand, like, with doing YouTube and stuff, you have to expand your social media. I don't even like using Instagram as it is, just because it's owned by Facebook. I actually deleted my Facebook last year because the amount of data they get from you it's insane. And I know, like, in the EU, legally you're allowed to, contact the company and say, I want my records deleted from, your database and whatnot. And the US is just, just really behind in terms of, like, internet laws and stuff. So, I don't like it personally. And I feel like being a parent in this day and age, it's even harder to, try to control that for your child, because you don't want them exposed to all this stuff at an early age. While at the same time, you're trying to protect yourself. And then you have to realize, how much of my privacy do I want to give up? I don't want to sound like a pessimistic person or, like I'm leading us to a dystopia, but I just think the US has to make better internet laws to control these companies, because I do think it's going to get out of hand. And, these businesses, they're smart and they know how to go around the law and whatnot. So you gotta slap them on the wrist.
Yeah. What do you think they should do though? Like, to combat this, really? And I know Apple has done something with the new iOS update where you could, it gives you the option to allow or disallow certain apps from tracking you or like basically tracking your information, storing your data. They've actually done that themselves. I think there's no particular law on it, but they just decided as a company, we need to make the effort to help people. This is, we're a big part of the privacy issue here. Why not just help the people?
Right. And I think that's another thing I like about Apple. When they do something good, typically everyone else starts to follow suit. So I know Facebook wasn't too happy with the iOS 14 update where, it tells you what the app is doing in the background. And people found out that Facebook was just collecting so much of their data. So, I really applaud Apple for that and how they have security as like a value in the company, because I think that's something a lot of people overlook. Like, spec sheets only tell one story. Your privacy is priceless. You can't put a price on the data that you have as an individual, because, that's unique to you. And once you lose that and you're giving it up to another company for them to profit off of you, you're almost giving up your life at that point. So, I mean, like I said, I do like how Apple is, allowing people to know exactly what they want allowed and disallowed on their phone. So I applaud them for that, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've watched the documentary, like Social Dilemma. Have you heard of it? It's on Netflix.
I think I did watch that.
Yeah. It's basically about the social media and how much information all these companies track from you. And I think that documentary also spread a lot of awareness to people, because I think people looked at like Edward Snowden and how he basically said to the world that, the FBI, CIA, and like all these government organizations are tracking people. But I think what most people didn't understand was that these companies that we're using, these social media platforms are also tracking us, and they're doing it in a way where, that if you like a post, it's going to keep showing you that post. Like, it has an algorithm so that you stay in that loop of only things that you like. Right. And it only gives you that certain information and keeps you, just put in place of everything that you enjoy. Right. And nothing that you don't like. So it's kind of weird. And I think you need to have a mix of both, because if nobody's there to disagree with you, then like you don't understand the other person's opinions on other subjects, So you need perspective from both sides.
I sometimes even have to go on like a YouTube purge where I have to like clean my search and watch history, because I watch like 2 videos on a topic and then my entire feed is on like this one topic. And I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore. So I just have to purge everything.
Yeah, YouTube has some crazy like recommendations. Like after you watch one video, you see the sidebar and all the videos like recommending, and they added the autoplay feature a few years ago too, so it auto plays the next video. So it's crazy how these companies have been able to, you know, figure out how they could grab your attention in any way they can, really. It's
crazy
wild.
Story is I was talking to my sister about LASIK through iMessage, and then like 5 minutes later she goes on Instagram, she gets an ad for LASIK, and I'm like, how is that even possible? I thought iMessage was encrypted end to end, and it's a completely different app. So it's like, how are they grabbing this information? So it's like
wild.
You know, even Apple, even though they're talking about security, you know, they're still a business at the end of the day. They can be protecting ads, but we don't know what they're doing with our information.